You have been listening to the verdict on the sentencing read for convicted killer Markeith Loyd. Jury not recommending the death penalty. He's charged with was convicted of killing his pregnant ex-girlfriend, Sade Dixon, and her unborn baby. Let's bring in now legal analyst Bill Sheaffer, listening to the verdict. First of all, interesting that the jury has to answer a couple of questions before getting to the meat of the verdict here about the death penalty or life in prison.
Yeah, in order for the jury to recommend death, they have to answer a series of questions. If any of those questions are answered in the negative, then they don't even consider whether or not to apply mitigating circumstances and impose the death penalty. They never reached those questions.
So were you surprised that it's life without parole and not the death penalty?
In talking to Field about this case, I felt that, and so did he, that one of the factors was the death of the unborn child. If anything, I thought that would perhaps influence the jury more toward death than life. But remember something, and obviously what we heard from the verdict was someone on that jury, at least one person, didn't consider that unborn child a child. And all it takes now, because you have to agree 100%, all 12 have to agree, is one juror, for whatever reason, to disagree, and it's going to be a recommendation of life. And so this just dramatizes the difficulty the state has in achieving a death penalty in any given case. Now, don't forget, what do we have coming up?
Another trial.
Yes, we do, and that's the death, some would say execution, of a police officer. That, I believe, is going to be the real test of the viability in Central Florida of the state getting a death penalty in any given case.
Now, in this case, the jurors were allowed to be told that Loyd had shot Officer Debra Clayton. They weren't allowed to be told that she died. Would you speculate in the next jury they will be told nothing about this?
I would imagine
the next trial,
that if I were the defense, I'd say, look, here's what we'll let the jury know. There was a warrant for his arrest. She was trying to execute that warrant for the arrest. That arrest was for the charge of murder is too prejudicial. It doesn't go to any facts in this case as to whether or not he killed her and what the punishment should be. So I doubt that you will, if the defense does their job, which they have so far, I doubt that you hear that there was a warrant for Markeith's arrest for murder, but just there was a warrant for his arrest. Don't forget, both the state and the court don't want to cross that line of prejudice, so that if there is a conviction and there is a sentence of life or death, that there's a good issue on appeal to bring this back and start it all over again.
Well, they may not be able to bring it in, but jurors could go in knowing that information if they've watched any of the news coverage at all, right? Unless they say they can make a decision without prejudice.
Because that's kind of key. Correct. Obviously, I mean, unless you've been living under a rock, you have probably heard about this.
The question will be, what do you, just like we saw in this jury selection in this case, do you know anything about Markeith Loyd? Do you know about the prior case? If you do, can you put that aside and render your verdict solely on the facts and the evidence in this case? But the defense will try to weed out anybody that knows anything about
That's pretty amazing.
What just transpired here in the last few weeks.
All right, right now.